I'm here with one of my favorite artists, rapper, trailblazer, actress, and now you can add author to that list.
Yes. You chickens thinking that you competition, come and get me.
Since her debut album 25 years ago, she's been blowing up the charts.
Now let me blow your mind.
With hit after hit. Now, Eve is telling you exactly who that girl is in her new Nothing Off Limits memoir.
You want to put it all out there. There are some things that I have never spoken about that did feel like, oh my God, do I really want to put this in the book? But I felt like they were things that, one, I definitely learned from, but two, I also maybe have healed from.
Things like fame, addiction, mental health, and life before becoming a rap queen, working at a strip club. You do take us back. Yeah. You talk about getting discovered in the club. Yeah. You call yourself the laziest stripper ever. Oh, yeah. Were you hiding in the break room?
No, I mean, that we named it that just because it's funny. Yeah. But I mean, I won't say discovered so much as, you know, that time in my life. It was 2 months. I was 17, but that pivotal moment in my life was the conversation that I had with Mace at that time, and just him kind of being that voice that was already in my head of why am I here? What am I doing here? I know I really want hip hop and music to be my life. What am I doing here? There were girls who really needed to be there. But I was, while I was in there, I was still focused on what I wanted my life to be. So I just didn't participate in what the atmosphere was, which is crazy.
You talk about your struggles with anxiety, but did you know it then?
No, because we didn't use those words back then. Anxiety, depression, mental health, please. It was more like, oh, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just get on stage. You're fine. You're fine. Go sleep it off, or have a drink. You know what I mean? Like literally, like have a drink. You'll be fine. So nobody talked about that, and it's hard because there were times in my life where I did try to have conversations with people of like, you know, I'm just not feeling right. I'm feeling sad. I didn't even know what it was. So how can I explain it? But when I did say certain things to people, it was kind of just like, kind of ignored, and not in a bad way. I just think that's just weren't where we were at that time.
You didn't have the tools to help you either.
At all, yeah.
That drinking eventually led to a DUI arrest in 2007.
It was wearing the anklet that made me obviously have to sit still. I couldn't have a drink for 56 days, and I was able to kind of realize, like, why are you drinking? Why are you trying to numb yourself? What is going on? I say that time definitely saved my life, I'm sure, yeah.
Was it hard to revisit times too? Because, for example, someone that you were really close with, DMX, is unfortunately no longer with us. Yeah. Was it harder to go back and then have to talk about some of the good times that you guys had? Is there a memory particularly that sticks out to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard. It's hard that he's not here, but I do truly believe that he's at peace. You know, I do, and that's what makes it slightly easier. Obviously, it would be better for us as humans to have him here, and of course for his children, that would be beautiful. But I think him as a person, the torment that he was going through, I do believe he is at peace. And yeah, that is hard, but at the same time, you know, I think of him in the celebratory way, and you know, his fun, his sense of humor, his warmth. I mean, he was crazy, but in the best way. And yeah, he was amazing. He was.
Another struggle Eve shares, her infertility issues.
You know, as women, you kind of are told you get married. Also, you get pregnant. That's what we are supposed to do. So no one talks to you about there could be a possibility that you don't, and there might be an issue. In the beginning, it was really, really hard. You know, I had an ectopic pregnancy that's the first time I talked about it is in the book, outwardly. And I remember going through that and feeling like it was me, like there was something wrong, like what's happening. And you know, as women, we put so much pressure on ourselves anyway for everything. And that's just that added pressure. And going through IVF, you know, the hormones and the stress and just the wanting of getting to that finish line, that goal. Yeah, it's a lot.
Eve, now a proud mom to a toddler and 4 stepkids, is living her best life across the pond. London life?
Yes.
Married life?
Yeah.
How's that been?
I love it. I love London. I mean, I've been there 10 years now, so it's home. It's actually
I heard that
home.
accent pop out.
I know. I say certain words, especially because of my son now. I try to keep things slightly consistent for him, especially when we're back in London. But yeah, it's great. I love it.
And teasing a possible return to music?
We are talking about possibly reimagining some of the hits, but we want to obviously be thoughtful because we're not trying to change them in any way. But kind of maybe update.
Sounds y'all wanna hear.
And then maybe do something new. We'll see. We're talking about it right now.